Lovely. Sitting nice and tall, and just start to take a few circles into your neck. So dropping your head, easing your head and neck around to one direction. Big circle around. Back through to the center. And then reversing that. Really think of drawing that chin down towards the chest. Big circle around. And then back through center. Just taking one more each direction. Feel all the muscles running down and the back of the neck here. Want to really stretch them out. Good. Final one of these. Big circle. And center. Lovely. Let's take a quick side bend. So just reaching over to one side of your mat. Stretching through the side body. Take a deep breath as you reach the arm back, open through the chest. Gently back over and pushing the mat away, drawing up through the torso. Second side, reaching over for that lovely length in the side body. Big stretch back. And back over to the side and gently drawing up. Lovely, guys. Okay, draw yourself over to find your hands and knees now. So coming over to our 4-point posture, making sure we have that beautiful clean alignment. Want those shoulders directly over the wrists, hips directly over the knees. Finding that strong form, micro bending into the elbows. Just taking a couple of rounds of your cat and cow. So always, especially in a morning class, just adding any little variations here so you can twist from side to side. We just want to open up that spine, find space for the back to move freely. Just taking that a couple more rounds. Deep, deep breaths. Lovely. Okay, finding that strong form once more, pressing down into the fingertips. You're going to tuck your toes here, and we're just going to warm up the abdominals and the legs. So taking a very deep breath, if you're able to do so on your exhale, you're just going to hover those knees a couple of inches off the mat. So tiny little engagement for the upper body and the core. And then exhale, gently ease them down. Good. 2 more times. Deep breath in. Exhale, pushing the mat away. Gentle lift of those knees. Good. 1 more time like that. Really deep breath in, framing the upper body over the hands. Really strong form there. And exhale, push it up. I'm just going to hold this one nice and strong. We're going to twist those knees to the left side. So take a really strong twist into the center of the body. And then back through the middle. And twisting to the left. Really feel like you're spiraling through. And center. Good. 1 more each direction. Twist, twist, twist. And center. Last one. Exhaling to twist. And center. Exhale. Drop the knees. Release the feet. Take a quick push back into your child's pose. Just take a breath there. Nice. Gently draw yourself back forward. So we're going to work those obliques a little bit more. And we're just going to take one hand down to the mat now. So you're going to lower down onto your right elbow, left hand out to the edge of the mat. So you're in like a sort of like a half kind of pressed up posture there. Knees are touching and you're pressing down into the forearm. Lift your left knee and find your little hook position. So you're going to take that knee out to the side, bring it down and then push it back up. So you're kind of drawing a circle with that knee. Yeah, we're mobilizing the hips here, but we want to stabilize this with the use of our obliques, like those muscles running down the side of our torso. Good. We're going to take 1 more here. Then we're going to reverse it. Exhale to lift. And down. Keeping that form really strong. And down. Squeezing through the side body, especially the right side that's down on the mat. We're going to really work that side. Lovely. Take that leg up behind you, flexion through the foot, just finding those hamstring muscles, tiny pulses. Squeezing the back of the leg for 5, 4, 2, 1. Give your foot a little point, push it up a little higher, hold that posture. And then exhale, gently ease it down. Just coming back up and just push your hips from side to side. We're going to stay here on this side. Just taking a moment there. And we're going to come back to that 4-point position. Taking now your left arm to left shoulder and reaching that arm forward. So you're reaching that arm forward. Micro bend through your right arm. So left arm reaching forward. That's it. Big circle as you reach back behind you and exhale. Good. Deep breath in, just working that shoulder girdle. And exhale. Good. 2 more. Keep that really strong. And 1 more. Just firing up those arm muscles. Lovely. Bring that arm out to the side now. You're going to bend into your underneath elbow as you take a little spiral under, pushing down towards the mat. And then inhale to come back up. Exhale. Good. Take that spiral under. And inhale. Good. 2 more times. Keep the core strong. Upper body's working hard. And squeeze. And last one. Deep breath in. Squeeze. Reach that arm forward. Take a deep breath. And then exhale. Sit yourself back. Good. As you sit back here, just roll your wrists out. There's quite a lot of activation on that supporting side wrist. So take a couple of rolls there. And we're going to prep that on our second side. Really good. So coming back to your 4 points, bring your knees to touch and then dropping down onto your left elbow. And then right hand is out to the side this time. So in this position, you want to always think about the core, yeah? Generally, we're going to let it go because we're using our upper body and we'll just sort of dump the weight down, but we need to push the mat away and really fire up that upper body. We're going to take those little circles now. So we're going to lift the knee out to the side, back up behind you and bring it down. We're going to think of really mobilizing that hip joint, finding space for the leg to move freely. And really supporting the body by squeezing through the side. Nice. We're going to reverse that now. So take that leg up, big scoop around and down. Inhaling, scooping around and down. Keeping the head down. Unless you need to have a quick look at the camera, try and keep that head in line. So we've got strong alignments. Good, and I'm going to take that leg up now, flexion through the foot, find those gentle little pulses, check you're not favoring one side, keep pushing the mat equally away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale, point the foot, take it just a gentle tiny bit higher, and then bring that knee down and take a quick push back, just letting the lower back open here, breathing into the hips. Coming back forward. Nice, guys. Okay, taking that strong form again, making sure your abdominals are pulling up, pressing into your left hand, right arm is going to reach forward. So take that beautiful big circle round, opening through the shoulder, and then reaching back forward. Deep breath in. Reaching back forward. So you're going to really feel your right side body is just waking up with this movement. We are firing up the left side to support it here as well. 1 more deep breath. Nice. Okay, now take that arm out to the side and then we're going to bend. We're going to take that little spiral underneath, bending into the left arm. Exhale and inhale. Good. Exhale. Take your time to navigate that under. Reach, reach, reach. And up. Now this is where we want to really feel those obliques twisting to extend that arm through. And up. Last one of these. Micro bending that left arm. And up. And exhale. Bring it down. Nicely done, guys. Take yourself back. Push back. Roll out the wrists, have a deep breath. Really good. And then when you are ready, my lovelies, we're going to come down onto our back. So just finding your seat rolling down. As you arrive, bring your knees with you and just give your knees a tight squeeze in towards the chest. You can drop your feet after that and just take a little hip release. Gentle little windscreen wiper, just to release that lower back quickly. And just taking a moment to find our supine posture. Nicely done. Good, good. Okay, we're going to take now a bit of work into our abdominals, yeah? So options here to make it a little bit more gentle. You're going to keep your arms down. Probably a low V is the most supportive option. A little bit more challenging, we're going to have those arms up and we're going to add some extensions. So just picking your options there. We're going to start by really engaging our lower abdominals. So I want you to think about that lower pelvic floor area, those lower deep abdominals. We're drawing those up under our ribs, and then all the abdominals that run across the side here, side obliques, front panel as well. We're pulling it in towards the belly button, so it's all working it together. We're squeezing that down. We've got a neutral spine here. Then our right leg is going to come off the floor on our inhale, and exhale, left is going to follow. And check that you haven't moved your knees out of alignment with your hips, so squeezing there. Now you're going to take opposite arm to leg. We're going to tap, reach it down, and squeeze back up. So a little dead bug. Deep breath in, and exhale, squeeze. Good. Now as we do this, we can make it a little harder and just take a little crunch as you come up there. So breathing, squeezing to lift. Breathing, squeezing to lift. Think of reaching those chest and arms up towards the ceiling on that little crunch position. Good, squeeze it up. Good, just one more here and up. Good, now you're going to stay there. Take your hands to the back of your neck. Take your knees slightly out now, so you're in like a, kind of like a little frog almost. And we're just going to drop the toes down and squeeze them up. Now, if this is too much, you're just going to take your head down and drop them a little bit, yeah? Otherwise, we're going a little bit further down and squeeze. A little bit further down and squeeze. Good. One more, really finding those abdominals. Lovely. Take the other ankle on top to continue that movement. Dropping it down, squeezing to lift, and down, squeezing to lift. Two more, and squeeze, and one more, and squeeze. Good. Take a quick squeeze of those knees into the chest. Drop your feet and take a little gentle open once more. Good. Really nice. Okay, let's do a little bit of single leg work. So take your right knee into the chest and just give your knee a really tight cuddle. Take a couple of circles into that hip just to find space there. Round the other direction as well. Lovely. So we're going to keep with the abdominals, but just working one side a bit further than the other. Taking that leg up, take a quick flex and point into the foot. A couple of little circles there as well. Nice. Now, if you really struggle with the back of your leg, remember, you can always keep a micro bend. Otherwise, we're stretching that leg and taking the same hand as the leg down to the floor, yeah? Opposite arm reaching across. We're going to do our single leg lift with our abdominal extension. So we're dropping that arm and leg away. Deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to squeeze and lift across that leg, finding a little contraction into that core. Deep breath in, we lower, and exhale, squeeze it up. Inhale to lower. Exhale. Good. One more like that. Deep breath in. Draw those abdominals strong and down. Good. Now hold it here. Tiny little pulses. Maybe bringing that underneath arm up, reaching off into the distance for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring your hands back towards your neck now and just drop that leg halfway and draw some tiny little circles out there. So tiny circles, keeping those abdominals strong here as well. Then reverse the little circles. One more deep breath there. Elbows are wide. Flex the foot, draw the leg back up and give it a squeeze. Good job, guys. So just give it a nice cuddle, just releasing that muscle. Taking one foot across just to open the glutes. Take a little rock. Really good. Just relax there for a moment and we'll do the second side. Just taking one more breath. Okay. We'll take just a quick switch over. So hug your left knee into the chest and then take your circles there. I'm just going to turn around. That's it. Taking the circles both directions as you did on the first side. That's it. Nice open into that hip. Lovely. All right, stretch that leg up now. Gently take behind the knee and just taking those flexion points into the ankle joint. Maybe some circles here as well. Good stuff. And then remembering you can assist your knee if you need. Taking that hand down. And then the opposite arm is reaching across. Deep breath and we get a lower arm and leg lengthens. And exhale, squeezing it up. Good. Inhale to lower. And exhale, squeeze to lift. As you lower, think about your muscles lengthening. And as you lift, squeezing and contracting. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale. We're going to take one more of these. Deep breath. And exhale. Good. Little pulses now. Tiny pulses. Maybe extending that underneath the arm. Squeezing, squeezing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Take your hands to the back of your head and just drop that leg down on the diagonal and find those little circles. So keep circling one direction. We're drawing those abs flat. And then reverse those little circles. Elbows are wide here. Good. One more deep breath. Hold it strong, flex the foot, draw the leg up and give it a squeeze. Good job. Give it a really tight cuddle. Again, just opening up that hip by taking the ankle across. Just a little rock there. Just a nice one for the hip quickly. Lovely job, everybody. Good, good. All right, do a few of our rolls to our bridge for our spine. So just taking the feet back down to the mat. We'll take a couple of our pelvic floor activators, yeah? So thumbs into the ribs, fingers to the hips. Take your time to tuck that pelvis, engage the lower abdominals. Feel that scooping up as you imprint your spine into the mat. And then exhale, pushing those muscles away, moving through your neutral and extend and find a little space underneath your lower back. Good, just taking this a couple more rounds. I'm gonna move my arms so we can see that nice formed articulated positions. And then arch again. Good, now if you wanna make it harder, you're gonna take your arms up as well for the next one when we roll up. That's it. So this next one, we're going to take that pattern all the way up, tucking that pelvis. Abdominals are pulling down. We're slowly unpeeling that spine all the way up. We're going to lengthen the hip flexors here, push the pelvis high, rise to the balls of the feet, and smoothly ease it down through the spine, keeping that mobilization all the way down. To drop their heels. We do that again. Tuck, squeeze, engage, draw everything down to peel everything up. At the top, we peak there. Rise to the balls of the feet. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze to ease it down. Slowly through that spine. Good. The next one, we're going to stay up there. Yeah, so tuck, squeeze very slowly all the way up, pushing up, find the balls of the feet, If you have got your arms down, you might want to bring them up for this one, yeah? And we're just going to open left knee and left arm and center. Drop your heels and lift your heels. Good. Right arm and center. Drop your heels and lift. Both arms and knees and center and drop and lift. Good. We're going to repeat this. We want to keep our glutes high, so don't let your glutes drop in between any of these movements. We're going to keep them as high as we can. Right side opens and center, dropping. Both sides open, keep the hips very lifted and center, drop the heels. Good, now we're going to hold this position and we're just going to hold it, consolidate the alignment and posture and breathe. Keep pushing up, knees in line, activating glutes from that underneath rotator. One more deep breath and then smoothly roll down. Give your back a nice massage the whole way down. As you feel your bottom hit the mat, release your arms and just drop those knees from side to side. Really good. Take a deep breath. Nice. Okay, we're going to just do a few of our roll-ups to finish today, everyone, before we do a couple of stretches to cool down. So taking those legs out nice and long, if you can do your roll-up with your extended legs. If you struggle with your roll-ups, remember just keep a bend, use your hands, move to the side if you need to. Reaching those arms back. Lovely, strong, deep breath as you exhale. We're sitting up. Finding that lovely tall spine. Lengthening the back here. Move back a tiny bit. Lengthening the back strong. Now you're going to take your left arm up today. You're going to look back towards your left arm. And then you're going to curl back. Like someone's pulling your left arm back behind you. You get about halfway and you're going to scoop that arm back to meet your right hand and roll it down from there. Really slow, extending back to re-prepare. And exhale to sit up. We find that very tall spine. Reach the right arm, follow the direction of the fingers. And then you're going to reach back about halfway there. And sweep that arm around to roll down with a really strong control all the way down, reaching the arms back. Let's do that one more time each side. Deep breath in, exhale. Find the tall spine. Reach the left arm back. Try to still keep length in the spine here as you lower halfway as you curl. Scoop that arm. Keep that articulation down through the vertebrae of the back, all the way down, reaching back. Check that you're still using that abdominal area. Exhale. Right arm reaches, looking back, tipping down, scoop, scoop, scoop. Last one here, all the way down and reach those arms back. Lovely, guys. Bend your knees, drop them from side to side. Lovely job, everyone. Okay, we're going to do a quick stretch. So take your hands underneath your knees, take a few rolls up and down your spine. Just give your back a moment there. Coming all the way up. And then just coming over onto your hands and knees, and we'll do our lunge stretch. So just coming onto your right side first, send your right knee forward, hands either side of that foot. And in this position, we want to really ensure that our back hip is shifting forward. So we're stretching really well into that, that hip, and our front knee is directly over our foot. So just taking a breath there. You can also take your hand down, so opposite hand to the foot, and maybe take a little twist. Just to make it a little bit stronger. Back down, and then just navigate that foot a little bit further open to the edge of your mat. You may want to stay here if that's strong enough, or you can ease yourself down into that little lizard stretch. That's just going to intensify your hip flexor there. Gently pushing back up. And then bringing that leg back behind you to switch sides. So take your other leg forward into your lunge stretch. Again, just watching that alignment. So this time your back hip is shifting forward, front knee over the foot, and just breathe there. For that compression in the hip flexor. And then just taking that foot gently out to the side. Maybe staying there, maybe lowering a bit further down. And maybe you want to take that twist there. Good. And then gently bring that hand down. Walk that foot back in. We're just going to do a quick hamstring stretch. So bring your feet underneath you. Just push back to like a little squat position. Yeah. And then we're going to just take a ragdoll. So you're going to push your bottom up and then bending your knees as much as you need, maybe taking them a little bit wider. Take your elbows and just start to have a rock here. So we want to think from their hips down, like we want to have our weight slightly forward there. Yeah, so try not to sit back, even if your knees are bent. Try to be a bit further forward from the waist down, that's it. And then hang over the legs and just feel those backs of the legs, the hamstrings start to open with this movement. Just take a few more rounds of that. Maybe bringing your hands down as well, so just stretching the back of those legs. And then start to bend those knees, coming back down, finding your little squat position. And in your squat, just nicking your knees from side to side, just giving them a little movement. To then sit yourself down. Lovely, guys. We're just going to finish off with a quick stretch for our arms. And then we'll do our breath. So just take one arm across the body, stretch it over. And other side, take it across. And then bring those hands down. And we'll do our 3 breaths. Very good job, everyone. Well done. So breathing in, reaching the arms up. Take a strong form with the upper body. Exhale. Down. Deep breath in, drawing the arms up. Big exhale. For that lovely elevation and a nice grounding exhale. Good job, guys. Well done, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me this morning for class. Everyone have a wonderful day. Well done.